Well, good evening, everyone. I'm used to saying happy Saturday, but it is not. Happy Friday. 'Twas the night before Record Store Day. Hang on for just a second while we get stuff set up here. We just finished up and closed up the store, so now it is time to get ourselves going for our annual preview, done live, and unless you're watching this later on, in which case, the annual preview of Record Store Day items for 2023 here at Radio Wasteland Records. It is a big chunk of vinyl today. So we're going to get right going. My producer, Kim, is helping off to the side. She's giving me the wrap up sign. So we're going to make it happen here very quickly. Some hellos to some folks like we do normally on our Saturday lives. Jimmy is saying, woohoo, Record Store Day. Jeff is already partying. And for those of you curious, yes, there already is a line as of 6 p.m. there. Scott is saying it is the most wonderful time of the year. It is. Pat is saying hi as well as, I'm doing well, a little rattled because, hey, it's Record Store Day Eve, and so things are a little crazy. Adam, happy RSD Eve to you as well, sir. Hope you can make it out here tomorrow. West Side Rick saying howdy, as well as Tyler from outside of Radio Wasteland Records with Jeff Tosh. Yes, these are the diehards we speak of. These guys are waiting. Yes, Bill, there are already people in line, if you can believe that or not. Yes. Eric, hey, it is the day indeed. Good evening up to the UP. Mother, thank you for being here. And Abby is saying hi from the nail salon. Abby, you're going to give those things a workout tomorrow, I think. So anyway, let us get right into the goodies here. But before we start, I need to do what we in TV used to call a tease, meaning that immediately, like 5 or 10 minutes after we finish this live stream, we have got a very special video surprise for all of you. So make sure you stick around for that. It's after we're going to end the live stream. Then the secret cool video is going to go live directly afterwards on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook page. So make sure you stick around for that. So anyway, here are the rules. There are a lot of new people that are taking part in Record Store Day this year. You veterans kind of zone out for a little bit while we cover this, but this is kind of the ground rules we need to cover. You may need a refresher for everybody. Per the rules of the Record Store Day organization, we are not allowed to hold, pre-sell, or price gouge any of these releases that are coming your way for tomorrow's event. I have been getting a lot of calls, and I'm not exaggerating, a lot of calls from Taylor Swift fans who don't know the rules quite yet. So they're very cool about it. So we're expecting kind of a big turnout. So yes, because of that, there will be no holds or pre-sales. Now, when you get to the store, depending on when you line up and how you decide you want to brave the elements this evening into the overnight hours, I will be here at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, to pass out numbers. Now, anybody who is in line, that's the fans calling us already. Anyone who is in line tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. or anytime thereafter will get a number. At that point, if you've spent the night outside or you got there at 3 or 4 in the morning, you're free to go on about your business and do your business for a little bit, as long as you are back here for when the doors open at 8 a.m. At 8 a.m., we will open the doors wide. The music and lava lamps will be flowing and spinning, not in that order, but we will begin taking those numbers in order. So number 1 through 10, so on and so forth. That ensures that everybody has got a nice place held in line. If you show up between 5 and 8 a.m., you'll still get a number. Just kind of look at the door, knock on the door, and we'll bring you one. Now, we do this for a couple of reasons. That's to keep things moving in an orderly fashion and making sure that the people who put in their time in the line get their just desserts, so to speak, when they come through the line. Now, when you get into the store and you get up to the Record Store Day table, you're not going to be able to look through the releases. We can get one for you, and you can inspect it if you'd like. But at the time, make sure you tell the folks at the table what releases you would like, and we will get them for you if you want. You're thinking about it, so on and so forth. Don't spend too much time because there's going to be a lineup behind you. So when you do this, you are allowed to get as many Record Store Day releases as you'd like from different artists, but you're only allowed one copy per release, meaning that you can't saunter up to the table, go like this and say, I'd like 20 Taylor Swifts, please, because that's not going to happen. A, we're going to have to put you on a watch list. But B, you're only allowed the one copy. And this is to help stop those dreaded flippers. Side note on the flipper story, you guys know I work with Discogs a lot. So I put up one of the releases just into Discogs to kind of get it out there. So for inventory purposes, about 2 or 3 hours later, there was already a copy listed on Discogs for $75. So these flippers don't even have them yet, and they're trying to pre-sell them. So anything we can do to curtail you naughty, naughty flippers, we're going to do so. So one copy of each release per person. You can get as many as you'd like from different artists, but you are limited to that one copy each per. So now, other big things. Am I missing anything with the morning rules? When you get in, just be patient. We are working as quickly as we can to get through the line. Just be cool, enjoy the tunes, browse through the collection in there. One other note too, when you get your number at 5 to 8 a.m., if you're not back at 8 a.m. when the door is open and you're number 3 or 4 and you're not here, we're skipping you and you're going to have to wait till later. So make sure you're back. That's on you, not for us. Okay. Once Record Store Day gets going, we will not be answering the phone here at the store, nor will we be answering any messages from Facebook or Instagram or anything of that nature. So just kind of have to deal with it. We're a little short, so we're going to do what we can to the people in the store with the people in the store. So please don't try calling to ask us if we have this release or that release. Just do your best to get here. How's that? Excuse me. Okay. So for those of you waiting overnight as well, I don't need to tell you guys this, but we are your friendly neighborhood record store. So what that means is we're in a neighborhood and there are some folks that live in this area. So just kind of be on your behavior. The folks in the neighborhood, the folks at the building, and the police don't seem to give us too much of a hassle as long as we're in line outside there. So, okay. We did cover that when you must be here when your number is called. Make sure you hand your number slip over to the folks working at the table so that they know that you are you're getting that number. And anybody that, again, misses that, we're going to skip you and go right on. Okay, later in the day, meaning 11 a.m. until 2 p.m., we are going to have the great folks from Party Fam. Andy is going to be here doing a live DJ, spinning some tunes over in our area over here. During that time, from 11 to 2, we are going to have some phenomenal giveaways. We've got some great gift certificates lined up from local businesses, and this is our huge, huge shout-out thank you to Proper Taco. We have got a $50 gift card from Proper Taco that's going to be given away between 11 and 2. We've got a Proper Taco t-shirt. She's got an F-bomb bottle opener, some other cool stuff. From Irish's Barbershop, you can tell they're probably going to disown me looking at this tonight, but Irish's Barbershop, we've got a couple of t-shirts as well as a free haircut. Get it before I need it. We're going to get a free haircut coupon from Irish's Barbershop. And then a late add to this is our good friends over at Coyer Candle. They have given us a $25 gift card, I believe, to be given away during that time as well. Now, $20 gift card from Coyer Candle. So in the meantime, check out these great businesses, everything from Proper Taco to Coyer Candle to Irish's Barbershop, and all the great local businesses here in our area. Check them out and partake because they're great supporters of us here at Radio Wasteland Records as well. From our standpoint, we have got a couple of Groove Washer stylus cleaners and some Groove Washer basic record cleaners that we're going to be giving away during that time. Now, during the giveaways, when Andy is spinning, you do need to be here. We're going to give out tickets, so you need to be present to win those prizes. And there may be one other prize I'll have to see as we get a little closer to that. Now, speaking of giveaways, when we first open up in the morning at 8 a.m. and you're coming through for your Record Store Day goodies, we do have some Record Store Day swag that will be given out. So while supplies last, we have this beautiful, a Record Store Day poster from the folks at, not the bees, from Dogfish Head. This is their annual poster they put out. And we have a limited supply. I didn't count them, but there's not that many. So these will go. If you want a poster, take a poster. If you don't need it, let somebody else who really wants it take one. But everybody who makes a Record Store Day purchase will get a poster and one of these beautiful cloth Record Store Day totes, nice and bright and yellow. It says Metallica on the other side, even though that's not a Record Store Day release. But we're going to be giving these away again while supplies last. Not that many of them, and that is with every Record Store Day purchase. Now,
does that hold like 3?
That holds 3 or 4 records. Yes. 72 minutes worth of Metallica. Now, there's other goodies that we'll just kind of throw in. They gave us some stickers. My favorite day is Record Store Day. An Iggy Pop sticker. This is cool. Kim likes this one too. This says, "Your car may be nicer, but you should see my record collection." That is a fun one as well. A Cream postcard and a Cream Rock and Roll magazine sticker as well. So these will be just kind of given away as time goes through in there. So, all right, folks, man, the comments are flowing fast and furious. I'm going to skip through these. Okay. Don't forget the rule where Adam gets every release that he will. Yes, we'll go from there. Let's see. No stress. Kevin says he was in a store today, overheard a phone call from a Taylor Swift fan who is flabbergasted that she might be lining up overnight. You know what? I am going to agree with that because I took a couple of calls from Swift fans that were the of the same. They couldn't believe that people were going to be winding up overnight. My answer to that is that you're a Taylor Swift fan. You should be expecting that kind of stuff. So the highest bidder, son Jim say, no, we're not going to bid on those guys. Okay. I am not going to be able to keep up. I lost that one. There it goes. Okay. You guys just talk amongst yourself in the comments. We're going to dive into the records and talk about what we have. As we go through this, I'm going to let you know that little bit by little bit, there will be some that we're going to have more copies of. Now, the way that Record Store Day works is we put in for X amount of copies and we may get Y. We'll ask for 10, we may get 2. It depends on the allocation. It depends on the scarcity of the pressing, how few were pressed, and it depends on the demand for that. And there's a couple of things that there has been some tremendous demand, and they were rationed tremendously, and we'll get to those in a bit. You can assume for the most part that unless I say so, we've got 1 copy of each of these things that we are going to hit on. So before we get to the bulk of this, let's talk about the extremely wealthy elephant in the room. And that would be Taylor Swift. Now, all of you Swifties that are watching, yes, we do have copies of Taylor Swift's Folklore, the Long Pond Studio Sessions. We have 30 of these in stock and ready to go. No drawings, no raffles for this. You get in line with everybody else looking for the Record Store Day stuff, and you will get yourself a copy. So we do have a decent amount, but these will last as long as the Swifties get through there. So again, 30 copies of this, and we'll go through them as best we can. And I don't know, we may be able to get more afterwards. I didn't see the residual list. Now, the other one that was very, very surprisingly, and hang on. In talking with our distributors, this was kind of a surprise demand release. They were taken by this and nobody quite knew what to do. So the Record Store Day organization themselves had to step in and allocate this. So I can now officially say that the Macho Man Randy Savage album for Record Store Day release, that no record store in the country got more than 1 copy of this. Even those big stores only got 1 copy. And I've seen that some of them are, they're going to raffle them off. We're not going to do that. This is a first come, first serve. We got 1 copy of the Be a Man, the Randy Savage Macho Man. Now, because of this, the Record Store Day people are trying to talk to the label to get this repressed, but I don't know if it'll be the same thing. I think this is just a black vinyl version. Oh, yeah. Did the Kool-Aid guy say that first?
I thought so.
I thought so too, Randy. Oh, anyway, 1 copy of this. This is the tough one. So who gets it, gets it. Now, the biggest one, and this was another good get for our store, and we have got 1 box copy of the John Lennon Give Me Some Truth. Now, this is a box set of 9-10 inches on white vinyl, and this was rare. Now, the Record Store Day website said that there were only 500 of these made for the country, but it looks like this is numbered at 1,500. So I don't know what the discrepancy is. RSD says 5, the box says 15. Either way, that this is a really cool piece, and it's a very expensive one. This one comes in at a list of $375 and tax, but it's also going to be a very, very rare one. And we've got one here in store. The number on the back, this says 1,048 of 1,500. I don't think they can see that, but we've got that there. So 9 EPs on 10-inch white vinyl, 36 songs completely remixed from the original multi-tracks. The ultimate remix is a very cool piece. Forgot to mention, too, the Taylor Swift is $40 on the list price. Now, coming in a second to the demand side of things was the Van Halen release. The live right here, right now, this is a Van Hagar 4 LP 30th anniversary edition. Very thick, very hefty. This thing comes in at $100, and it has got a lot of great music on there, a lot of great buzz on this one as well. And I think folks are going to eat these up very quickly. We have got, it's on my back page here. Hold on. I'm pretty sure that we're sitting with 8 copies of this. Yep. 8 copies of the Van Halen. So this is going to go quick as well. So again, the reason we do these lives is to kind of give you a heads up, and you can decide where you want to spend your time on that as well. Now, the other big box set that we got in was the Grateful Dead Boston from 1977, limited edition of 11,000 of these. So yeah, this is the Boston Cornell from 77, Grateful Dead. Anything else on that one that's interesting while I look up our number? We've only got a couple of these. 2 box sets from the Grateful Dead. That's what we're working with here on that one. Okay. So Kim's going to step in from time to time as we dig into these. Yes, 9 EPs for $400. Okay. Onward. You guys ready for this? Here we go. Also allocated, meaning rationed to us, was the 1975 live with the BBC Philharmonic Orchestra. This one, $40. We have got 3 copies of the 1975. Some very cool stuff. Allman Brothers. We ended up with 5 copies of the Allman Brothers at the Syria Mosque, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, recorded in 1971. Very cool numbered edition as well. The Tori Amos, Little Earthquakes, the B-sides. We do have 4 copies of Tori Amos. I had to look that up. A couple of jazz ones. Chet Baker stepping in here, the mono edition of Chet. Some very cool stuff. This one, we ended up with 5 copies of that. So that's actually pretty cool. Very, very neat jazz. I know some folks were looking for that one as well. Pardon my mess here. Now, the other Chet Baker is live in the Blue Room. This one comes in a little heftier. It's a $50 double LP, 79 studio sessions in Holland. We have got 2 copies of this one. Oh, Kim's going to talk about this one.
Oh, yes, because Katie and I are really excited about this one. This is Bastille MTV Unplugged. And if you haven't heard them unplugged, they are just awesome. And it covers songs throughout their career, including Surviving, Quarter Past Midnight, all the way up to Happier. So this one comes in at $46.
And we have of Bastille. There are 3 copies of the Bastille here in the store. So we have got that going as well. Beach House, exclusive clear vinyl. It's an EP from Beach House. We've got 2 copies of this. Another one, folks, we're really excited about. We got shorted a little bit, so not much. The Black Keys, live at Beachland Tavern from 2002. 4 copies of this to go around for tomorrow. Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers at the Workshop. Very cool jazz album. Listing at $30. 2 copies of that in store for tomorrow. Okay, this is kind of cool. You guys know what a zoetrope is. This is the Bluey dance mode. My kids are grown. Hi, kids. You better be watching. Yeah, they're not. But Bluey is the new sensation for parents, right? To go nuts with. This is a kids show that's very, very hot right now. And this is a picture disc, but it's a zoetrope picture disc, meaning that it's got an intricate design on the picture disc that when it spins at 33 1/3, these little characters do a little dance, the Bluey dance, I suppose. So we have got the Bluey, this folks going nuts in that. 4 copies of Bluey to go around for tomorrow. Blur also as well, presents the special collector's edition. Let's see. Oh, it looks to be numbered, individually numbered. The Blur lists at $40. We've got 2 copies of this for tomorrow. David Byrne doing a soundtrack from the Talking Heads, of course. This is the film The Catherine Wheel, the complete score of the Broadway production, not a movie soundtrack, of Catherine Wheel by David Byrne. One copy of this in store for $35. How about some blues? We get some Canned Heat. You're going to boogie with Canned Heat, except this is the vintage Canned Heat. Reissue of the 1970 studio album from the Psych Blues Band. Looks to be on some very cool splatter vinyl. Doing pretty good with the Canned Heat. Where'd that go? 3 copies of that in store for us. 1 copy of Captain Beefheart. This is a tough one to swallow sometimes. But if you're a Beefheart fan, you know. So this is Captain Beefheart and the Magic Band. I'm going to do what I need to do live at my father's place from 1978. 1 copy of this. First time on vinyl, by the way. It's a complete show from the Shiny Beast tour from 1978. Okay, another one that was in demand, and that is the Eric Carr, former drummer of Kiss, doing his best to kick in with one of those Kiss solo albums. Only 2 of these in store for tomorrow. I know a lot of folks were looking for this. This is Rockology. Looks to be a double LP on colored vinyl with some very cool splatter vinyl and labels on that. That one, $40. Again, 2 copies of the Eric Carr. Chief Keef, Mansion Music. We have got, where did that go here? 3 copies of Chief Keef. This looks to be, it's a full LP, limited blue and gray splatter vinyl. Some jazz with Larry Correll, the 11th House, introducing the 11th House with Larry Correll. We do have 1 copy of this in store for tomorrow. All right, another one that got rationed to us. We tried getting a lot more of these because there was a lot of requests for the Cranberries. This is Wake Up and Smell the Coffee on transparent vinyl from the Cranberries. I don't remember if this is a Record Store Day first or not.
It's a first.
This is a Record Store Day first, so it will be reissued. That's the good news eventually. So you've got 3 copies of the Cranberries for tomorrow as well. Okay. Are we here? Let's see. The Cure, a picture disc on The Cure. I think I'm holding it right. This is The Cure show on picture disc, 30th anniversary edition. Listing a little heavy, $45 on this. We have got 3 copies in the store of The Cure. Another one folks are really looking forward to. Miles Davis, the turnaround, rare Miles Davis from the complete On the Corner sessions. So this is kind of a rarity. Space Age funk rarities from Miles Davis on sky blue vinyl, featuring the likes of Herbie Hancock is on here, Al Foster, and lots of other folks. We have got Miles Davis, 3 copies of that for tomorrow. Go around. In the mood for some Death, not the Detroit punk band, but the heavy metal band, The Best of Death on splatter vinyl. 2 copies of that for tomorrow. Losing my place here. Okay, it wouldn't be Record Store Day without a Dio, but no picture disc. What gives? We expected a Dio picture disc, but this is a live Dio from the 40th anniversary of the live show on red vinyl from the Holy Diver era, I believe. So live in Fresno, 83. 1 copy of the Dio live to go around as well. All right, Willie Dixon, Catalyst, some more blues here. This one on kind of a yellow splatter vinyl. We have got 1 copy of Willie Dixon. And then Kim's going to step in for a second while I take a drink.
Oh, yes.
On this
I read about this morning. This is the Amazing World of Doctor Who. And instead of music, it is a radio drama, I guess you could call it, or a play with voices from Jeffrey Beavers, Louise Jameson, and Dan Starkey. And it's a release from 1976, brought to life with sound and the original Doctor Who theme. Yes, I guess not. Oh, microphone. Yeah, well, hold it up here.
There you go.
Do my Vanna White.
Beautiful.
So yes. And it
So it's
comes
like an
in
old-time
at
radio drama.
$43, and we have 2 copies.
2 copies of that. Okay. Rationed on this next one as well. We only got 1 copy of the Donnas, the early singles. This one listing at $30, 1995 through 99. So rare early stuff from the Donnas. 1 copy of that to go around. This one too? Oh, you want to
do it? I want to do Duran Duran because, if you think about those of us who grew up in the 80s, were in high school, Duran Duran was huge. So this is the 40th an anniversary celebration of the 40th anniversary release of Rio. And it is a EP with Rio, My Own Way, Hungry Like the Wolf, Hold Back the Rain, New Religion, and Rio. Comes in at $25.
Cool. And we've got of the Duran Rio, we got 2 copies of that here in the store. Okay, more jazz. I took a couple of calls on this one today. Bill Evans Treasures, solo trio orchestra recordings from Denmark, 1955 through 1969. One copy of the Bill Evans to go around. Sorry, folks, that's what we got. It lists pretty heavy, $65, and it is a triple LP. Flash and the Dynamics, the New York sound, a ride through the Latin side of New York's 70s psych, funk, and soul scene. Right up Steve Carlson's alley. Check that out. Flash and the Dynamics, we have got one copy of that to go around. Sorry. This one I think was a late ad. I know nothing about it. It's called Frau Frau. Somebody requested it. We put in for it. We got it. So we have got Frau Frau, the Imogene Heap, and Guy Sigsworth celebrate Details Anniversary 20. So 6 demos. Know nothing about it.
It's an RSD exclusive.
It's an RSD exclusive, one copy of Frau Frau. So whoever requested it, we got it. Okay, Jerry Garcia. I know I'm trying to go alphabetical, but I think this is out of order. The Jerry Garcia Band, how sweet it is to say that like Jackie Gleason, right? Limited edition 7500 double LP 180 gram, recorded live at the Warfield Theater in spring of 1990, pressed on vinyl for the very first time. And we have 3 copies of Jerry Garcia Band. Billy Idol, you see him right here? That's Billy Idol. That's a very young Billy Idol. His first band, Generation X, exclusive heavyweight yellow vinyl. The debut album from Billy Idol's first band. We put in for a lot of these. Got one. So one Generation X to pass around on there. We covered the Grateful Dead, Boston Garden. So that box set is there too. Late ad, we weren't sure we were going to get one of these. This is Crispin Hellion Glover. The big problem, Crispin Glover, you may know the name and recognize him as Martin McFly, Marty's dad from the Back to the Future, at least the first one before they booted him because he's a little, well, he's like this kind of. He actually released this album in 1989. I remember this coming out to college radio, and it is just bizarro land here. So it's a one-of-a-kind album, includes a poster and a 16-page booklet, limited to 2,000 copies. We got one. So it's some wild stuff. $40 on this, one copy in the store. We've got a copy of Hawkwind, The Iron Dream Live from 1977, one copy of that, as well as one copy of Horse the Band, The Mechanical Hand, first time on vinyl. This is an RSD exclusive. Not too familiar with that as well. I think it was a request. $40, one copy in the store. 2 copies. We're going back to the blues of Howlin' Wolf live and cooking at Alice's Revisited. So we've got some cool blues from Howlin' Wolf. As I mentioned, 2 copies of that. My friend Tim out in Portland is watching. Husker Du, man. All right, tonight, Longhorn, $47, double LP. I believe that is a live. Is that live? Yes, this is a live album from Husker Du, Bob Mould. Some great punk on this one. 2 copies of Husker Du, man, to go around on here as well. Okay, next up are our ambassadors, the RSD ambassadors, Jason Isbell and Amanda Shires. They put out an EP. And if you get one of these, those of you who collect the Record Store Day ambassador pins, we also do have some of those as well. So we're going to try to get them with the folks that get the album, but for those that ask nicely that collect the pins, we should have them as well. That's kind of a nifty little collector thing. You know, Taylor Swift, those are going for big bucks, I hear. So an EP from Jason Isbell and Amanda Shires, $18. We have got 6 of them.
On the B side is an etching.
Oh, yes. Okay, so single-sided EP. The B side, as Kim points out, is an etching of something. So don't play the B side. You don't want to do that. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, up your alley, Lemonade yellow vinyl reissue on this one. 3 copies of Joan in the store. This one, I think, is going to be another big one. Billy Joel live at the Great American Music Hall from 1975. His historic 75 San Fran concert recording. This is a double LP with a lot of early Joel stuff on there. Some very cool stuff. Listing at $40. We did pretty good on this one and ended up with 8 copies. 8 copies of Billy Joel to go around for you fans. Not so good on the reissue of Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player, right after Billy Joel. Elton John's reissue. Red Marble vinyl. Includes the original album and lyric book. and newly compiled session demos on this as well. Only 2 copies of the Elton John to go around. So that is for tomorrow as well. Okay, Norah Jones, live, Little Broken Hearts. We are sitting on 3 copies of Norah for tomorrow, $33. Blues is King from B.B. King. Don't Answer the Door, $26 on that one. 2 copies from the King of B.B. as well. Speaking of the King, Carole King, these are legendary demos. The original demo recordings of many of her most renowned songs from the 60s all the way through Tapestry on ivory clear vinyl. So some very cool stuff. We did well on this as well. 4 copies of this from Carole King to go around. Don't know too much about this, but I'm told that Galt McDermott is pretty cool. Let's see. Bernie Grundman on here as well. All right. Composed and conducted by Galt McDermott. Woman is Sweet. So look up Steve's channel. He's talking about this, I think. He was telling we should get one of these. So we did. And we do have 1 copy of Galt McDermott for tomorrow. Okay, speaking of this, here's some cool stuff. The Marble Frog was tremendously limited. And this is pressed on 180 gram green vinyl. This is some very cool psych rock reissues from the 60s. And it's all cover tunes. These guys do I'm So Glad, Born to Be Wild, Fields of the Sun, Fire, Strange Brew, Season of the Witch, and Sky Pilot. So they've got their own renditions. The originals of this, holy cow, are they expensive on Discogs. So this Record Store Day one was limited to, I forget how many. It wasn't very many.
What was it again?
1,500, Marble Frog. So only 1,500 copies. We ended up with 2 of them. So some very cool stuff from them indeed. An EP from Mars Volta. Actually, it's more of a 12-inch single from Mars Volta, Francis the Mute, and The Widow live on the backside. The Marble Frog, I did mention we have 2 of them, right? You saw that. Mars Volta, we've got 3 copies of this. I am uncertain what this was. This was another late ad called Maximilian. $37 on this. We've got 3 copies of Maximilian. I think there were some folks that were requesting that. So we landed that for you. 2 copies of Red Rose Speedway from, Red Rose Speedway. What am I talking here? From Paul McCartney and Wings. 2 copies of this. I don't know if there's anything special about that other than it's a half-speed master. So they do a pretty good job of that, but 2 copies. It's a Jungle in Here, Medeski, Martin, and Wood. Vinyl debut of their dazzling second record, featuring some takes on Coltrane, Monk, Marley, King, and Sonny. 30th anniversary, rather, on Clearwater Blue vinyl. So some cool jazz covers from Medeski, Martin, and Wood. 1 copy to go around. Sorry about that, folks. Speaking of covers, how about this one from Eddie Money, the late Eddie Money? Before he died, he recorded some cover tunes. Features 8 versions of classic songs. So if you've ever wanted to hear Eddie Money sing Drops of Jupiter, here you go. She came through the bathroom window. It's a long way to the top. It's AC/DC. Eddie Money singing AC/DC, Give Me Some Lovin', Roadhouse Blues, Ticket to Ride. So some cool stuff if you like Eddie Money versions of this. 2 copies of his cover album, $25 on this. And you can talk that one real quick while I take a break.
So first time on vinyl is Kip Moore's Wild Ones. And it includes the songs, where is that one? I'm to Blame and Running for You. So this is the first time on vinyl from Kip Moore.
Country music.
It is country.
Cool.
And I have tickets to his concert.
She's got tickets to see Kip Moore. She doesn't want me going. Or am I going to that one?
Oh, no.
No? Well.
I love you, honey, but.
Excuse me. Couple of picture discs next up. Oh, by the way, 1 copy of the Kip Moore. Did you say that?
No.
1 copy of Kip Moore. Motley Crue is up next with the Helter Skelter. This is a reissue of that picture disc. Fairly cool. So picture discs, yeah, they're all right if you like them. There are 2 copies of Motley Crue to go around, listing for about $27. Second picture disc is Nina with 99 Luftballons. I have to say it like that, not red balloons. This is a picture disc LP as well, $26. We only have 1 copy of that. And did I mention that there were 2 of the Motley Crue? I think we did. 2 Motley Crue, 1 Nina picture disc. The New Riders up next live. New Riders of the Purple Sage 50th anniversary triple LP, live from their closing night at the Grateful Dead European tour from 1972. Triple LP, listing at about $60 from the New Riders. 1 copy of that, for tomorrow. Looking like we're doing pretty good on time here. Hey, everybody, by the way, I'm sorry I'm not getting the comments, but welcome to the stream.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves, and make sure you're subscribed to the Radio Wasteland Records YouTube channel. You don't want to miss it. Coming up right after this, we've got a special video that we'll send live. So, again, you don't want to miss it. Just trust me. Okay, up next, Stevie Nicks, a Belladonna live. She performs the album in its entirety. First time on vinyl, double LP set featuring live versions of her big hits. Recorded live in 1981. Where are we with this? 4 copies of the Stevie Nicks live to go around. Some very cool stuff. All right. We're getting down the way, guys. This is a lot. We had a lot of stuff. If you haven't noticed, this is by far the biggest record store day batch we've ever had here at the store. So don't let us down. We're counting on you to help us get through this. Okay. Nugent, the Nuge, is up with a record store day release called the Nuge Vault Volume 1, limited edition. Now, these are studio rarities and outtakes and alternate takes from the Free For All album era. We've got 4 copies of the Nuge ready to go. 1 picture disc, looks like a picture disc copy of Old Dirty Bastard to go around. Did I just say that? We just screwed up our YouTube rating. Sorry about that by saying a naughty word. Oh. I'm kidding. 1 copy of this, $40 on the Old Dirty Bastard picture disc. Our Lady Peace was requested. A lot of folks requested it, actually. We got 4 copies of this. Let's see. The 30 Years of OLP, limited edition double LP on transparent vinyl with a cool die cut cover. As mentioned, there are 4 copies of that. 1 copy of PM Dawn, the Bliss album, 30th anniversary, limited edition orange vinyl. We ended up landing a few more because there was a lot of folks that request. Whenever we get Dolly Parton stuff, you guys seem to come out of the woodwork as well to pick that up. So the Monument Singles Collection, 1964 through 68, early Dolly Parton. Monument Singles Collection gathered on 1 LP remastered from the original mono master tapes with liner notes. We have got, where'd she go? 4 copies of Dolly to go around tomorrow. Yes, we got some Dolly. Pearl Jam, Give Way, 17 previously unreleased tracks on double LP, recorded live in Melbourne, Australia. $46 is the take on that one. We have got 8 copies of PJ to go around for tomorrow. So we did pretty good on that one. I don't get it, but here it is, Peppa Pig. We got one. The album, first time on exclusive pink and blue vinyl from the Peppa Pig Club. There we go. I used to broadcast. I can get through that. $40 on Peppa Pig. See? I goofed that one up. Pigeons, from Peppa Pig to pigeons playing ping pong. My plosives are popping tonight. There we go.
You're doing it, not me.
Recorded live in 4/23 to 24. So when was that? Okay. Know nothing about this. Pigeons playing ping pong, recorded live on Record Store Day in Nashville in 2022. So last year. 2 copies of Pigeons Playing Ping Pong to go around. 1 copy of Poe classic debut album. First time on 180 gram black vinyl, includes a download Poe Hello. 1 copy of that, as we mentioned, for tomorrow. From Poe to the Pogues, Dirty Old Town, the Stiff Records, B-sides, 84 through 87, 16 tracks recorded for Stiff Records. Marble colored vinyl, some very cool stuff. Is Dirty Old Town on here? Please tell me it is. The Pogues, by the way, look them up. Great. We're going to call them Celt folk, alt, folk Celt. And through there, the Parting Glass, Whiskey or the Devil, London Girl, Rainy Night in Soho, Mountain Dew is on here. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of Celt folk on there, but no Dirty Old Town, which I love these guys for. 2 copies of the Pogues, $35 on that. 1 copy of the Porcupine Tree. This is IADWXT. It's a 12-inch EP on here as well. So 1 copy from the Porcupine Tree, Stephen Wilson and company there. Okay, this one also took me by surprise. A lot of folks requesting it. We did what we could to get more, but we did not get more. Elvis Presley, the Burning Love RCA rehearsal sessions. So you wouldn't think after all this time, but man, Elvis is still the king, man. And he's everywhere. So this is a Record Store Day exclusive. Is it an exclusive or is it a first? I'm sorry on this.
Hold on.
We're going to look that one up. So double LP on the Sessions comes in at $37. Lots of cool stuff from Elvis on there. Kim's looking up to see if it's going to get a repress
It's
or
an
not.
exclusive.
It's an exclusive, so it's not going to get a repress.
950 available.
And 8,000 made. Okay, well, we got 3 copies here. We tried to get more. If we can, we will, because the demand was a little surprising, to tell you the truth. Okay, Michigan rocker, Susie Quattro, her second LP, I believe. Double LP side and heavyweight green vinyl. Bonus singles, B-sides, and rarities, as well as the original album. 1 copy from Susie, $34 on this. Heavy stuff from Queensryche, Operation Mindcrime 2. I believe it's on colored vinyl from Friday Music. $60, 1 copy in the store to go through. 4 copies next up from the Ramones. Let me make sure I'm getting that right. Next page. 3 copies, sorry. Thought we had more. We've got 3 copies of the Ramones. Pleasant Dreams, the New York mixes, and it's alternate cover art on this one as well. So I don't know if this is on colored vinyl or not. Doesn't say, but
It's
again,
exclusive.
So it's not going to get back. And then I mentioned we've got 3 copies. Next up is Rich Kids 45th anniversary edition from that black vinyl version produced by Mick Ronson. Ghosts of Principles in Towers. We have got 1 copy of the Rich Kids for tomorrow. Not too bad. $22 on that one. And let's see here. Keith Richards. This is a reissue of Vintage Vinos, though, and we've got 1 copy of that. Double LP
with an etching on the
on the 4th side. So 3 sides with an etching. Come on, Keith, you couldn't squeeze out 1 more side worth of music on this? Limited edition 2-tone vinyl with 3 lithographs and a side 4 etching. The anthology returns. So Keith Richards, 1 copy of Vintage Vinos ready to go in stock. You want this one? I'll take a drink.
Sure.
Oh, I've been talking. You guys think I can keep talking? I can keep talking. I'm only starting.
Oh, I didn't even know you got this one. This is Rock-a-Bye Baby lullaby renditions of Queen. So if you're a Queen fan and have a child, this will be a nice little intermediate thing for you and your child to introduce him to music, especially Queen. So we have Bohemian Rhapsody, Another One Bites the Dust, Under Pressure. Comes in at $26, and we've got
2 copies.
2 copies of this. And gatefold jacket featuring colored vinyl with a download card and children's activities.
That is cool. They put out a whole series of these. The one we've got, I think Katie picked one up a couple of years ago. It's lullaby renditions of the Beastie Boys. Let's try to go to sleep to, oh, y'all, let's sabotage. So they missed the boat on this. We will rock you to sleep.
All right, we got to keep going.
We're moving. Okay. Rolling Stones reissue of Beggar's Banquet. 180 grams swirling mass of gray, blue, and black vinyl and white vinyl replica poster inside, replicating the original artwork. We have ended up with 3 copies of the Stones. I don't know if this is an exclusive limited edition. So that one is going to go quick as well. Very cool reissue from Todd Rundgren, the Wizard. On here, the 50th anniversary of his acclaimed groundbreaking album, Red and Blue Cosmic Vinyl. Reproduction of the original die-cut sleeve, which is actually very cool. Tough to see, but it's not square edges on there, so you don't have to worry about corner dings. But it's got the die-cut as the original one of those did. The Rundgren, we've got 2 copies of Wizard to go through. Shadows Fall, Record Store Day. Let's see, 2,500 copies. Blue-gray swirl vinyl of this. $29. It says we've got 1, but I thought I saw a second back there. I'd have to double check, but Amanda Shires, 1/2 of the crew, the ambassador crew. Why can't I think of that? There we go. Limited live at Columbia Studio A, pink vinyl with an etching on one side and a poster. So this is a 12-inch single, essentially, but 1 copy of that from Amanda Shires. Soul Asylum, the complete unplugged. New York City 93. Is this an MTV? Yep, it's an MTV performance. MTV Kids was this channel that used to stand for music television, and they played music videos and concerts, but that was way before your time. So this one is the complete legendary 1993 MTV Unplugged performance from Soul Asylum. First time on vinyl, double LP, as we mentioned. We've got 4 copies of the Soul Asylum through here. Hey, let's get some crazy psych rock going here, man. Incense and Peppermints from the Strawberry Alarm Clock. Some very cool reissue on that. We have got 3 copies of this. I've got an original copy of this in my collection. You get used to hearing Incense and Peppermints, which is kind of a bubblegum psych pop, but the rest of this does get to be heavy psych. It's pretty cool stuff if you can get it. As we mentioned, 3 copies of that to go around here. To the Clash, Joe Strummer and the Mescaleros Street Core 20th Anniversary Edition on white vinyl. 1 copy of the Joe Strummer copy to go around, as is 1 copy of the Sword Gods of Earth. It's 15th anniversary of this, and I'm not certain if it's on colored vinyl or not. $35, but only copy we've got of that in the store of the Sword. Back over to T-Rex and the 73 Japan only compilation, repressed on vinyl for the first time, 140 gram pink vinyl. So lots of cool stuff from
only 2,000 press.
Only 2,000 of these from Mark to Bolin. And even on the back, it's the Japanese press, so all of the text is in Japanese. So very cool. 2 copies of the T-Rex, rockin' and rollin' to go around. Michigan band, a lot of requests for Taproot, and we did end up fairly decent on that. We've got 5 copies of Taproot, the vinyl debut from the 2002 album featuring the hit poem, light blue vinyl pressing, limited to 1,600 copies. So Taproot, welcome. We did pretty good. 5 copies of that to go around. Thank you for the requests, and hopefully we'll get them. 1 copy of the reissue, expanded edition on limited edition pink vinyl from the Tom Tom Club. So some cool stuff from those. I remember them. 1 copy of that. 1 copy also of Peter Tosh, Live and Dangerous, Boston, translucent yellow vinyl from a 1976 concert. $45, so it's a little hefty for you Tosh fans out there. U2 as well. We've got a limited edition 12-inch single. Actually, let's call it an EP. There are 4 cuts on this. Sunday Bloody Sunday. Well, you know what? We're going to go back to 12-inch single on this because side 1 and side 2 are 2 different versions of the same 2 songs. 40th anniversary limited edition, 2 studio tracks, plus 2 remixes on there as well on white vinyl. $24, 2 copies of the U2 to go around for here. Got a couple calls on this next one. How are we on time? We're coming up on an hour here. Holy cow. UFO. This is the best of UFO with The Last Man Standing. Please turn out the light. Looks to, you can actually see it's a die cut cover in through here. Very cool yellow vinyl and cool looking label in there. Double LP from UFO. 2 copies here in the store for tomorrow. Also had some requests for this. This is Under Oath. Digital Ghost limited edition. This is a Record Store Day exclusive, and it's on Sangria vinyl. Sangria vinyl from Under Oath. We have got 2 copies of that to hit tomorrow. Okay, you want to talk about this one?
Why don't we talk about it together?
We can talk about this one. This is a special one for us.
Yes, it is.
So the Verve Pipe, first time on vinyl for Villains. And we've told this story a few times, but when Kim and I got married back in 1992, was that long ago? We took our honeymoon on Mackinac Island, and as we were spending the night there, we're walking around looking for a bar to head into when we heard the Violent Femmes, a bar band playing the Violent Femmes wafting from one of the bars in town. We wandered in, and it was a band called the Verve Pipe back in 92 when they were still just kind of playing around through there. Sat and talked with them for a while. We worked TV.
You sat and talked to them for a while.
I sat and talked with them a while. Got on their mailing list, and once they made it big with freshmen, we kind of lost track. But cool stuff.
Very cool stuff.
Looking forward to this. We've had the CD forever, it feels like, when that came out. So,
you know what will be interesting is Freshmen, there's 2 different versions. There's one that was on their original CD, and then there was one that was on a later CD. So I wonder which version of Freshman.
Which version? I didn't realize that. Yes. Interesting.
Yes.
So this has got all their cool hits. We put in for a heck of a lot of these. I worked my tail off to get a few more copies in. We have got 8 copies of the Verve Pipe for tomorrow. So it is on 180 gram vinyl. I don't know if it's colored vinyl or not. I think it's supposed to be colored vinyl, but great Michigan group. Very, very cool. So asking if we opened a copy for quality. No, we have not, because I wanted to make sure we had enough to go around. So that's how we think of you guys. All right, another cool, mentioned the Violent Femmes. They were playing the Violent Femmes. I don't remember if they played any of their own stuff that night or not.
I don't
because
remember.
that predates the Freshmen by several years. So we
Yeah.
saw them when they were still a bar band, but that's cool. And then we saw them again when they were in Saginaw on that tour. So they did good. Reissue of the Violent Femmes self-titled debut LP, except it's a picture disc. Okay, I get it. It's very cool artwork, but picture discs, yeah, this is an album deserving of a really proper expanded reissue, I think. Eventually we'll get there. But 40th anniversary of the folk punk Cult Heroes Timeless debut. Why can't I get just one? Limited to 6,000. We've got 2 copies of the Femmes. Great. I'm going to have to play that tomorrow at some point. Not that one, of course, but okay. Where are we here? The Muddy Waters is up next. 1 copy of Muddy Waters Woodstock. A couple of requests for this. The Scott Weiland 12-bar blues 25th anniversary double LP. First time on vinyl. We tried to get more, but we only ended up with 2 copies from Weiland on that. So we'll take that as we can. We're cruising through this. Let's keep going. Cross-Eyed Strangers, Wilco, alternate version of Yankee Hotel Foxtrot, and unique performances of all 11 songs by Tweedy and Wilco. 2 copies of the Wilco release for tomorrow. Some requests for the Wonder Years, Burst and Decay, live in New York, white with red and orange green splatter. 2 copies of that for tomorrow as well. Here's a hefty one. I love me some live, yes, but man, this is a classic one as well. Live at the Knoxville Civic Auditorium, recorded in 1972. Classic performances from the Close to the Edge tour. And it's got the lineup of Anderson, Howe, Squire, Wakeman, and White on here. Double LP, triple LP. Sorry, folks. Triple LP. Looking at this, that's why it's $50. We have got 2 copies of the Yes release. Warren Zevon, the Win 20th anniversary of this, Record Store Day exclusive. 2 copies of Warren to go around. Now we're wrapping up with the various artist stuff. Not sure how we got this one. This is the Soul Jazz series. We got the Holy Church, Higher Power, Gospel, Funk and Soul at the Crossroads, 1971 through 83. Red vinyl edition. Some very cool artists on here. $39, 1 copy of that. The Newport Rebels. This is part of the, which series? The Jazz Artists Guild series. So this has got Mingus, Roach, Eldridge, Joe Jones, and Dolphy on here. I believe we have got 2 copies of Jazz at Newport. Nope, I'm sorry, 1 copy of the Jazz Artists at Newport. Sorry about that. We have 2 copies of this one is what I meant. We also had some requests for the various artists, the Rough Guide to Bullets and Blues. So some cool stuff, limited edition vinyl, part of that Rough Guide series. So some very cool old blues on here. 2 copies of that one to go around. Okay. That's it, folks. That is probably our biggest Record Store Day draw ever. We pulled in some phenomenal stuff, and we're going to get it out to you guys first thing tomorrow morning. Quick reminder, doors will open up at 8 a.m. tomorrow, Saturday, for Record Store Day. If you get here early, if you decide to spend the night, because there's already some folks in line. That was the other question. Yes, there are some folks in line already. Hi, guys, out through there. So spend the night outside, stay warm, stay safe with that. At 5 a.m. Saturday morning, I will be here to open up the store and finish up all of my stuff that I should have finished today, but it was busy. And I'll pass out numbers to everybody in line. At that point, if you're in line at 5, you can go off, do your business. Make sure you're back at 8 a.m. when the doors open, and we'll start taking those numbers in order until we get through all of them through the day. All right, I am going to do my best. I'm not going to be able to answer any of these comments. I'll try to go through a little bit later on and take a look at them. Kevin says Donnie Brown's brother used to work with him at the radio station. Donnie's a good guy. Met Donnie a few years ago. Again, after there, we talked a bit with his work with Andy Reid. So some very cool stuff. Lynch family, thank you for the video. How many is in line? Do we know how many are in line?
Let me check.
Kim's going to go check to see how many are in line while I kind of wrap things up. By the way, normally we would do coffee and donuts and the like, but what we're going to do tomorrow, we're going to have water and some snacks, some granola bars and fruit snacks and the like available for you guys to snack on throughout the day. Don't forget, 11 a.m. until 2 p.m., Andy from Party Fam will be here spinning some tunes. We've got some great giveaways throughout that time as well. Stuff from Proper Taco. Can you eat $50 worth of tacos from Proper Taco? That's the question. Irish's Barbershop, get a free haircut from them. And through there, can we bring a chair? No, please bring a chair. Bring Bring a pop-up tent if you need to. I think you're okay on it. How many are in line? There's 3 folks in line as of 6:57 p.m. So there you have it. Plan your evening accordingly. If you're popping around to the other record stores, make sure you support all of them. Some great folks over in Saginaw and Bay City as well. We really try to keep up with each other. You don't find something here, check with them. You don't find something there, check with us. We'll see what we can do to accommodate you. All right. Scott was asking if we'd get some of Kim's famous 5 a.m. coffee tomorrow. Sorry, guys, just water and fruit snacks. All right. I think that's about it. I've talked for an hour straight. It is time to let you guys get out and get some sleep. I need to get some sleep, but I got to finish up some stuff here. Don't forget, coming up in probably about 10 minutes, I have got a very, very special video I want to share with you guys. Watch it for it on our Facebook channel, our Facebook page, and our YouTube channel. We'll put it live here as soon as I get things wrapped up with this live. So aside from that, you folks have a great night. Stay safe out there if you're camping out. We hope to see you here at the store tomorrow, whether it be 8 a.m., 5 a.m., 11 p.m., whatever. No, not 11 p.m. I'm going to be home passed out by then. All right. You guys have a great one. Happy Record Store Day. Anything to add, Kim? Did I miss anything? My producer?
You got it all.
I got it all. You guys have a great night. Happy Record Store Day to one and all. Stick around for a very special video, and we will talk to you tomorrow from the Wasteland.